Emeka thought he was the luckiest man alive when Chioma, the village beauty, agreed to marry him. But on their wedding night, as he waited for his bride in their hut, he heard a sound that made his blood turn cold. The sound of bones cracking and flesh stretching. Through the thin walls he could see a shadow growing larger and more twisted. In a few moments his beautiful wife would enter their room, but it wouldn't be Chioma anymore. This story begins long ago in the village of Obodo, where events unfolded that would change everything. In this village lived a girl named Chioma, and her beauty was known throughout all the surrounding villages. People would travel for days just to catch a glimpse of her. With her long, lustrous hair, flawless ebony skin, captivating smile, and graceful movements, Chioma was truly a marvel of beauty. But Chioma had a terrible secret that no one knew about, a secret that had been eating her alive for years. Chioma was the daughter of Chief Okwu, the village leader. Her father loved her dearly and was proud of her. "My daughter is the light of our entire village," he would say with pride. "One day she will marry a great chief and bring honor to our village." Indeed, in her daily life, Chioma was a perfect daughter. She was kind, intelligent, helpful, and incredibly beautiful. Village women would seek her advice, children adored her, and elders blessed her. Everyone regarded Chioma as the village's most precious treasure. But when the sun set, Chioma's life changed completely. Every evening, as soon as darkness fell, Chioma would rush out of her house and run toward the depths of the forest. When her family asked where she was going, she would say, "I'm just taking a walk. I need some fresh air." She would return early in the morning, tired but still looking beautiful. No one suspected anything. No one knew the truth. The truth was that Chioma was cursed. On the day she was born, the village's old witch, Mama Ankam, had seen her and spoken these words: "This child is born beautiful, but dark forces follow her. When the sun sets, she will become someone else." At the time, no one had taken these words seriously. Mama Nkem was old and sometimes said strange things. But as the years passed, it became clear how accurate her prophecy had been. Chioma's curse had begun when she turned 16. Her first transformation was so terrifying that she had screamed until she fainted. Her body had filled with pain as if it were turning inside out. Her bones had cracked. Her muscles had stretched. Her beautiful face had twisted. Her nails had grown long. Her teeth had sharpened. Throughout the night, she was no longer Chioma. She had become a terrifying creature, out of her mind, filled with a desire for blood. During her first few transformations, she had been forced to learn to control herself. To avoid harming anyone in the village, she would hide herself deep in the forest. Throughout the night, she would hunt wild animals, satisfying her hunger with them. When morning came, as soon as the sun rose, she would return to her original form. But after each transformation, she felt more tired, more alone. She had lived this way for 7 years. She carried this terrible secret that she couldn't tell anyone, all alone. She hid it from her father, her mother, even her closest friends, because she knew that if the truth came out, she would be banished from the village. But everything changed when Emeka came to the village. Emeka was a handsome young man from a neighboring village. He had come to Obodo for trade and had fallen in love with Chioma the moment he first saw her. He was tall, strong, and very kind. He made no effort to hide his interest in Chioma. "I met the most beautiful woman," he had told his friends. "I want to marry her." Initially, Chioma had tried to reject Emeka. She could see what a good man he was, but she also knew how he would leave her if he knew her secret. But Emeka wouldn't give up. Every day he brought flowers to Chioma's house, showed respect to her father Okwu, and helped with village work. He was kind, patient, and sincere. Over time, Chioma's heart began to soften. Emeka's love for her was so genuine that Chioma began to love him too. For the first time in her life, she was experiencing love like a normal girl. But behind every happy moment was the terrible truth. Every evening she faced that horrific transformation, and as she grew closer to Emeka, her fear of losing him grew. One day Emeka proposed to her. Chioma's heart filled with both joy and terror. "Emeka, you're a very good man, but what, Chioma? I love you. I want to marry you, to spend my life with you." Chioma's eyes filled with tears. "If you knew terrible things about me, would you still love me?" Emeka had taken her hands. "Chioma, there's nothing I could learn about you that would change my love. You're in my heart. That night, Chioma had cried. She wanted to tell Emeka the truth but couldn't find the courage. The risk of losing him was too great. Finally, she had agreed to marry him, but she had a plan. On their wedding night, she would reveal the truth and see Emeka's reaction. If he left her, at least she would have been honest. When the wedding day arrived, the entire village celebrated. Chioma looked more beautiful than ever that day. In her white wedding dress, she looked like an angel. Emeka was flying with happiness, but Chioma's heart was restless. As the sun approached setting, her anxiety increased. Tonight everything will change, she thought. What if he doesn't accept me? The wedding ceremony was completed in the last light of day. The villagers danced, sang, and celebrated until late hours. Finally, the newlywed couple retired to the hut that had been prepared for them. When they were alone in the hut, Kyoma's heart was beating wildly. The moon was beginning to rise and transformation time was approaching. Emeka, I need to tell you something important, she began in a trembling voice. Emeka approached her with a smile. Whatever it is, we can talk about it in the morning. Now just, no, Chioma shouted. I must say it now, because when morning comes, it might be too late. Emeka was surprised. The fear in his wife's voice worried him. What's wrong, Chioma? Why are you so scared? Chioma took a deep breath. I'm not a normal human being, Emeka. I have a terrible curse. What do you mean? When the sun sets, I become something else. A horrible creature. I've been hiding this for 7 years. No one knows. Emeka frowned. Chioma, what are you saying? This isn't possible. It is possible because I'm living it. Chioma was crying now. Every night I experience that horrible transformation. Every night I become a wild monster. Just then a strange change began in Chioma's face. Her eyes began to redden, her breathing quickened. It's too late, she whispered. The transformation is beginning. Emeka watched his wife in horror. Chioma's beautiful face began to twist, her hands began to transform into claws. The crackling sounds from her bones filled the hut. Chioma? Emeka stammered. But the one standing before him was no longer Chioma. A terrifying creature with red eyes, sharp teeth, and clawed hands stood there. The creature growled at him. Emeka backed away in fear. His heart was beating wildly. Was what he was seeing real, or was it a terrible nightmare? The creature made a move to attack him but suddenly stopped. For a moment, a familiar glint appeared in its eyes. It was as if Chioma's soul was fighting inside the creature. Eka! The creature hissed in a growl. Run! Emeka was amazed. His wife was still inside this monster. Chioma was fighting it, trying not to harm him. Chioma, is that you? The creature groaned in pain. Go! You're not safe here. Emeka's heart was breaking. He could see the pain his wife was suffering. In this terrible curse, she was trying not to hurt him while also trying to control herself. Despite his fear, Emeka approached. Chioma, I love you. This doesn't change anything. The creature looked at him as if surprised. Love! Yes, you're still my Chioma. This curse doesn't change you. Tears appeared in the creature's eyes. For years she had feared that no one would accept her in this form, but Emeka was standing by her despite his fear. Throughout the night, Emeka stayed by his wife's side. Even in her monster form, she didn't harm him. Chioma managed to control the transformation through the power of love. When morning came, as soon as the sun rose, Chioma returned to her original form. Although she was tired and exhausted, there was peace on her face. For the first time, she had told someone the truth and hadn't been abandoned. Emeka, you stayed. Emeka embraced her. I told you, nothing I could learn about you would change my love. But the story didn't end there. If the villagers learned what the young couple had experienced on their wedding night, Kyoma's life could be in danger. Emeka made a plan. He brought his grandmother, Mama Aduni, who was a witch in his family, to the village. Mama Aduni was a powerful healing witch and was famous for breaking curses. When Mama Aduni examined Chioma, she recognized the curse. This is a very old and powerful curse, she said. But love is the most powerful magic. Emeka's love has weakened the curse. For 3 days, Mama Aduni performed rituals. They told the villagers that Chioma had fallen ill and was being treated. No one learned the truth. At the end of the ritual, the curse wasn't completely broken, but was greatly weakened. Now Chioma only transformed once a month, and these transformations were much milder. As long as Emeka was with her, she could control herself. Years passed and Chioma and Emeka built a happy marriage. Chioma's curse gradually disappeared completely. The power of love and acceptance could overcome even the darkest magic. The villagers never learned about the illness Chioma had gone through and how she had recovered. But the love and understanding between the couple affected everyone. They became the happiest couple in the village. Chioma wasn't abandoned as she had feared on her wedding night. On the contrary, she had learned what true love meant. Love wasn't conditional. Real love was accepting the person even in their darkest form. This story teaches us that everyone has aspects they hide, but true love is accepting a person in their entirety. Emeka saw Chioma as monster but still loved her. That's what real love is. The story also teaches us this. No one is perfect. We all have dark sides we struggle with, but love and understanding can bring about the greatest change. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video, comment what you learned from the tale, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more enchanting tales just like this one. Thank you.